Hey, I'm sorry to inform you, but your visa was never processed. I said, what? Remember, I applied back in March. I said, what? This is 7 months later. They go, we're awaiting your bank account information. So remember, guys, remember when the first appointment, when I was on the phone with the lady, she said they processed your visa even though you don't, we processed your application even though you don't have your bank account information. They never did. And I found that out months later. So if I never followed up, who knows, right? So again, that's why, like, as much as like I didn't want to work with these lawyers, it's just all, some type of information is still good, right? So that's why when I reached back out, they had told me, you need to submit your bank account information with the money. Listen, so remember, when I applied, at the time, it was around 4,000. It's now 10,000 euros. Yo, bro, I'm like, I had to have 10,000 euros in a bank, in a Portuguese bank account in order to continue the application process. I didn't have $100 to my name. I'm hustling. Like, I'm literally doing, like, in school, they had a posting for a job gig of, I pretty much was doing like a speaking gig for this book or something like that. And I did it. And that's like, was like my groceries for like 2 weeks. Like, I just was hustling like that, just trying to figure it out. Right. So yeah, I pretty much, this is again, faith. I pretty much sent them back an email. Also, what I noticed too, there was a new name on the email, so I'll get to that. Because I had told them that, hey, the last person said, I'm fine that they submitted the application even without me having the bank account information. She was like, hey, we're hereby to inform you, once we receive the bank account information, we'll process it. I'm like, oh, all right. I sent her my bank account. That's it. I didn't send her the money, no bank statements, no 10,000 euros in the account. I was like, all right, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just send it to her and see and just let it rock, see what she says. So I sent the bank account information, my name, it has, Portuguese bank account. It's just like that you have the account. She goes, okay, your visa is now processed. So that was in November. So December 7th is when I got an email. God's grace, bro. She was like, or just the email was just like, we're hereby to inform you your visa has been approved. Please come into the embassy or mail in your passport for us to issue you the visa. Now remember, you're supposed to show face at least once, right? And the first appointment, I didn't go because I appointed my brother as the POA. So they pretty much were just like, you're just gonna have to come in for the next appointment. In my head, I'm like, okay, that's cool. I'll leave and go to the States if I'm approved, because now I'm going for the approval, I'm stamped and I get back. This email though now says you can come in or mail your passport. I was like, what? I was like, I'll mail it in. Again, you just go. There's some things you don't ask. I put two and two together. When I read the name on the email, remember how I said it's a new name? I had a new person on my application. So they didn't know that when I originally applied back in March, that I didn't go in person or not. So this whole time from March all the way to December, when I don't hear anything, I'm like, damn, what's going on? Why is this taking so long? This is God removing and making stuff work. Because here's why. My passport was expiring, so I technically could not travel. So me having the new name, it's like He removed that person from the situation. I got a new person on my application, and they said you can mail it in. That's God's grace, bro. Like, what's the odds of that happening? You know what I'm saying? So, y'all see me smiling now, because like things are starting to flow. Beginning of December, another hit, another just hurdles. Like 2023 was just, yeah, one for the books, man. So my roommate came to me and said, "Hey, I'm moving to Thailand. Do you want to put your name on the apartment?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm not going nowhere." Yo, bro, I'm not going nowhere. Straight up. Just like how I told the immigration officer, I'm not going back to Boston. I'm like, yo, I'm not going nowhere. Like, this is mine. You know what I'm saying? So I say all that to say, when I came into the apartment, it was about like a month or two after they originally signed the lease. So my name wasn't on the lease. They subleased the apartment. The reason why this ended up being a whole finagle situation was because the landlord pretty much came and said, "Hey, you can't switch your name, like you can't switch your name onto the apartment. We have to create a whole new lease." I was like, so they were like, we'll like pretty much make one in the new year, all that. So they pretty much, I think the contract was ending up January 15th. Yeah, so they were like, for January 15th, 2024, we'll make a new lease. So the reason why that was a hassle and another headache for me, because I have no money, guys. Remember, I had no job since May 2023. So I don't got paperwork, I don't got nothing. But here's the blessing and privilege of being an American, I guess. Like, they just don't ask as much questions. And that's just faith. Again, faith. So all this stuff that I've told you guys, I'll speak about that. But pretty much, it's a 3-bedroom apartment. So I have to find 2 roommates because they don't want just 1 month. He asked for 5 months. He wanted 3 months up front with 2-month security. I was like, bruh, yo, like, y'all, like, just, I ended up negotiating it and getting down to 3, right? 2 months security and 1 month up front. But it was still money. Like, it's still money. So my plan was, I have to find the roommates first, because so they can give me their portion for the rooms. Yeah, and that's how we go all in. So pretty much, this is in December. I'm like, yo, so January, like, so basically, that's a hard time to find roommates, because also too, everybody's back home for the holidays, everybody's traveling, so it was just a lot, right? So that's December. So you have that going on. Also, I've met with a new lawyer, because again, certain things you just need help with, right? Now, I'm jaded at this point. I had been through 4 or 5 lawyers. I was like, okay, I need this, like, this has to be the last straw lawyer, right? The lawyers that I had gotten the information from regarding, hey, they were like, remember the lawyers that I told you guys that they were like, hey, don't raise your don't apply for the student visa yet, because it's gonna raise questions. I didn't end up going with them, 1, because they were just very expensive. 2, they were just so busy that the time frame that they were responding to me and getting back to me was just not suitable for me. They also didn't even like remember my situation because they're so busy. And when I went back to the second meeting, they mistaken me with someone else. I'm like, bro, I can't work with y'all. You know what I'm saying? So when I'm looking for a new lawyer now, I hit up a friend of mine who lives over the bridge, so not in Lisbon, in Almada, who actually happened to be flying into Portugal the day I had got denied entry into the country. So he knew about my whole situation because I seen him. He's like, yo, what's going on? I was like, bro, this happened. So I reached out to him, and he's in business, he's in entrepreneurship. I was like, yo, listen, I need a lawyer. And I told him my situation. I was like, you were there, you saw me since day one. I'm still going through this whole process. And I was like, yo, I'm on an island out here. I don't know people out here. I'm in a new country. I've been screwed over by these lawyers. I lost money. I'm trusting you right now. I told him, I said, listen to me. I need you to help me get a lawyer. If you would not refer this lawyer to your mother, don't give her to me. Straight up. If you would not refer this lawyer to your mom, do not give this lawyer to me. He's like, bro, I got you. I'm like, all right, cool. Just like that. Because at this point, if I get screwed over, you just don't have respect for your mother. It's just that simple. You know what I'm saying? I met with this lawyer, and there was basically like, yo, guys, I'm getting like just tired, just rethinking about this whole thing. But basically, December 2023 comes around. Remember, you need a 1-year rental as part of the application, a 1-year apartment lease. We also had to apply for something else here in Portugal. It's called, I was applying for the NHR. That was expiring. So that needed to be done before 2024. And I technically had to find a way to get my name on the apartment, not as like a sublease. So this was just like a whole mission. And when I spoke with this lawyer, shout out to her, Sophia. Like I trust this lady with my life. I like, God bless her. When you're going through the thick of it, man, you truly know in life and start to just figure out people that genuinely, like deep down, just genuinely want to see you win and want to help. And even if they can't help, at least want to see you win. And you just know. There's like, oh, but how do you know? You just know, right? This lawyer, I explained her my situation. I explained her my case. I explained her the time frame of everything. And we actually started speaking in October, not in December, in October. And I explained to her, here's my situation. So after all that, I was honest with her up front. I have no money. I'm in a situation right now where all this stuff happened. I was like, listen, I have no money. I've been unemployed. I'm figuring things, like I'm in the process. I'm in the journey of trying to get a job, etc. I was like, I don't know when that's gonna happen. I don't know when I can pay you, but I will pay you back. But what I can say to you right now is I don't have anything right now. I don't have any money. So if you don't want to work with me, I completely understand, but I just have to be honest with you about my payments, about my situation of when I can pay you. She goes, LaBoss, you need help right now. This situation is very, very urgent. Don't worry about the money, LaBoss. I'm gonna help you. Just pay me back when you can. I said, wow. Like, and that's love. And I'll also say something. She's white. You guys are probably laughing like, okay, but no. The reason why I want to also emphasize this is because I was also going through a phase in my life being back in Portugal. I kind of just was on some like everything black. I wanted to work with black people. I only wanted to do business with black people, have black lawyer, doctor, whatever it was, right? Because of past things. This journey just also made me realize the kindness and goodness of a human being is not determined by their skin. And I think when you set yourself, and there's nothing wrong with whoever you want to work with, whatever you want to do with, but we also will have that obligation that like, oh, because he's black, they'll definitely help me or they'll definitely do that. Because I'm also in a new country, right? So that's how I'm thinking. And that wasn't the case. And that wasn't the case. And this lawyer, I didn't pay her back till like 6 months later. So like I trust this lady with my life. She wanted to see me win. So December comes around. So I had that, and just dealing with all these, just juggling everything while on top of dealing with my medical situation, while on top of my torn hip injury, and in school, right? So this lawyer pulled off a miracle. I don't even know how she did it. She did it, yo. But she ended up getting everything situated, applied for the thing that I had, the NHR and stuff before that had to be done before the new year. She's hustling like the around the holidays, like muito obrigado, Sophia. Like she's hustling around the holidays to get this done for me. And let's get that. Then also in December, passport. So remember, I get approved now and they tell me to fly back. I don't fly back because I'm like, if I can just ship in my passport, I'm gonna ship it. But also too, I come to find out that if I did, I would have gotten stuck in the US. Why? Because my passport was, this is why I'm saying like, God was just with me the whole way because so much stuff that was transpiring, I didn't know how it was gonna happen, but it was just working out. My passport was expiring April of 2024. This is December. So January, February, March, April, that's 4 months. I guess there's a 6-month rule, and this, my mentor slash father figure put me onto this. There's a 6-month rule that states that if your passport is expiring within 6 months, you can't travel. So technically, whatever date your passport is expiring, backtrack that 6 months. Because anytime you travel within that, you're gonna get denied, or you can't travel. So if I had went back to the States, I would have been stuck waiting for my new passport. So thank goodness I did it, right? So how did I get my passport back to the US? Yo, bro, mission, and like, I'm just on a mission. I bought an Apple tag. I put an Apple tag on my passport to track it. One of my aunties out here was flying back to the States for the holidays. She flew back to Alabama. My cousin, I say cousin because like he's basically a cousin to me. We grew up together, but he's not by blood. Flew to Alabama. This is the same person that flew to Portugal to bring me the laptop to start my work back in the beginning of the year in 2023. So now in December 2023, this brother flew to Alabama to pick up my passport from the auntie, flew back to Boston. He then shipped the passport into the Portugal embassy from his address in Boston. Like, yo, like when you want something in life, you gonna figure it out. Yo, it's just that simple. You know what I'm saying? Like all these lawyers say you can't do it, there's always a way. So, yeah. So now this is all December. This is what I'm saying. Like, just so much was transpiring in my life that I just didn't have time and space for just other stuff. You know what I'm saying? So towards the end of the month of December, my medical situation was kind of like off and on. I didn't have money at the time to even pay my health insurance bill to go get the treatment I needed. I also, at the end of the year, December 2023, for everybody watching this that was in Portugal, they know there was some bug that was going around. The whole country got sick. It was like the flu part 7. I got crazy sick because it was the bug on top of the medical stuff that I was already dealing with. It was bad. Like, yo, it was just bad. Like, there was days that went by. I can't even like look at a screen. I can't even look at the screen on my phone because that's just hurting my eyes. I barely was getting sleep because of like I couldn't sleep because of the remember the symptoms I was saying, all that. So basically, man, like literally, I think it was like December like 30th. Like I started to feel better. And then I was like, yeah, we just gonna leave 2023 in the past, bruh. Like I did it. I did it. I literally went into the new year like, yo, I got through this year. Like, so now New Year's coming. So now guys, so just so you guys know, when you apply for your visa, you have 4 months. You have 4 months until your residency appointment. That's like technically the last step. That's where you're gonna show all of your like the first appointment, you submit your documents, you get your visa, but then now you have to do that all again for your residency appointment, right? So my residency appointment is set for March. So January, New Year, I'm just locked in, job hunting, school, working on the brand, starting to feel a little bit better from my sicknesses. Passport, how did I get it back? I had a friend, basically once it got to the States, it got approved. I was like, okay, my appointment's not till March. I'm not even president. I don't even know how I'm gonna get it back. Like there's just certain things you just can't stress about because it's just gonna work out. Just like that. How did I get my passport back? One of my friends was going to Cape Verde, I think it was. Yeah, he was going to Cape Verde, but he had a layover here in Boston. Excuse me, here in Portugal. Flew from Boston. So basically, once after it got approved, after the visa got approved, they shipped it back to the crib, in the spot in the States. My brother got it, met up with my friend. He gave him the passport, and now it's flying back overseas. Like, I'm like, yo, I'm like, this is a movie. Like this is just a movie from. And guys, remember the whole time I'm illegal. Like I'm illegal. There's no leave in Portugal. So, and you guys are probably wondering like, yo, why didn't you just leave? Why didn't you go back? There was none of that, bro. Like, I don't gotta go back home situation. I won't get into that, but I just don't. And then this is home. Like when I got denied entry, I'm like, yo, this dude's denying me into my home. Like Portugal's the first place in my life where I felt at home. So you gotta just lock in. Like when you truly want something in life, like you gotta lock in and just figure it out. Another thing is too, I'll do another video on this, but like life in the Europe versus life in the States. I was hustling. Here's the thing. If you want something and you're there, stay there and figure it out. Because I would rather have been in Portugal hustling and grinding, because this was the end place, than to go back to the States to hustle and grind to then come back. And going back, the reason why it sets me backwards, life is just different. I started life here in Portugal. Here's the difference between Europe and Portugal, right? Excuse me, Europe and the US. I'm here in Portugal hustling. The biggest thing, the biggest expense is rent. Other than that, food is not that expensive. Car, I don't need a car. In the States, if I had gone back, just to get around, I now have to get a job locally to then save up money to then now get a car to then go around, to try to get around. Health insurance. It's better over here. It's just that simple. Just look it up. Portugal's in the top 10 health insurance. The US is trash and it's expensive. Money talks. I had treatment. I had a torn shoulder, then a torn hip. So, and then everything is just much more expensive in the States. So for me to, if I had gone back, I'm now applying for a visa to try to get back to where I was, but now I'm also stuck because I'm also now just hustling and bully grinding to then get to it, to now try to get back. So I was like, there's no going back. And that's why also too on this journey, I really couldn't talk much with people because that they're giving the advice on what they would do and they're like, just go back. Why don't you go back? And when you're going through it, you don't want to just keep hearing that. You know, people that also generally would try to help and stuff recommended that. But once I kind of explained everything, I explain it like this. It's like you're in a pit. The pit I was in Portugal going through this, I'm like this, like looking over, like think like this is the pit, and I'm looking over like this, like I'm about to get out the, you know what I'm saying? Cause I saw the light at the end of the tunnel. Just get the right job situation. You got, like, I found the apartment. Once you got the right job situation, you're chilling. You're good, right? If I go back to the States, I'm just digging myself now in a deeper hole. Gotta save up for the car. Gotta do all this stuff that's very expensive. And I'm just like, nah. Now, so February comes along. So we're starting to wrap up the video, guys. Stay tuned. What ends up happening? How did I get my residency? So February comes around, and yeah, I'm just still hustle mode. I'm like literally every day I go to class, I get home, I'm applying for jobs the rest of the day. Barely eating. literally, just barely eating. Tell a quick story of my guy, O João. Portuguese name João, but he's Indian, O João. So one day after class, he invited me to go get lunch. He was kind of inviting me for like a couple days, and I was like, nah, it's okay. I'm a pass. And he was like, nah, let's go get something to eat. Like, let's go get something to eat. He was like, I kind of feel something's wrong. I was like, nah, I'm good. Everything's fine. Everything's good. And he was like, no. He was like, we're going to grab some lunch. Like, let's catch up. I'm like, all right, cool. The reason why I kept saying no is I don't have money. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to go grab lunch and I don't know how I'm gonna pay for it. You know what I'm saying? So we go sit down, and I was like, yo, I'm down to, you know, catch up and stuff, but I'm not gonna eat. Like, it's okay. He's like, nah, it's cool. He's like, I got it. I was like, nah, it's cool. You don't gotta do that. I appreciate it. And he was like, nah. He's like, just grab something. He was like, you just grab something. So I was like, okay. I grabbed something like very small. I think it was like what's those things called? Those coxinhas or empanadas or something like that. Coxinha de frango or something like that. He was like, "La boss, get a meal." He was like, "Just get a meal, get whatever you want." I was like, "Nah." He was like, "It's fine, just do it." I'm like, "All right." So I grabbed the salmon sandwich meal, and yo, let me tell you something. I ate that thing like how I wasn't eating, literally. So afterwards he asked me, he's like, yo, what's been going on? I was like, nah, I'm good, man. Nothing. He's like, La boss. He's like, I know something's wrong. He was like, you haven't been your usual self in class. And he was like, the way you just ate that meal, like, is like you haven't eaten before. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, damn, you know? So and he knew. So shout out to him, and just, you know, obviously when you're going through the thick of it, you want to just keep it in, but there's people that also want to just genuinely, you know, reach out and talk to you and stuff. So that was a good moment. The whole roommate situation. So basically, when I told the landlord, hey, I'm not going anywhere, right? He was like, okay, what we'll do is we won't put this house on the market because we'll give you first dibs because you're already in the apartment. You just have to sign the roommates by whatever the date was in January. I asked them to push it back because I'm like, yo, I can't find roommates at this time. It's the holidays. So now February comes along. February 15th, they're just blowing me up, this and that. And then I was like, I still didn't find the roommates. And cause yo guys, I took as much as I wanted to speed that up and just take anybody, you can't live with everybody, bro. You cannot, you can't. So every day I'm just on Idealista trying to find roommates. I'm in the WhatsApp groups. I'm trying to find people on Facebook. Bro, I'm so grateful to be off that Facebook groups because it's just like these people are complaining about prices and complaining about Portugal XYZ. And I'm like, y'all are not even Portuguese. So it's like, don't bring that over here. You know what I'm saying? It was just a hassle, man. So thankfully, I found the first roommate. The landlord was starting to press me now. He went and put the apartment on the market. I said, nah. And I guess there was a family that was interested. And the owner wanted to give it to them, but the landlord was like, nah, he was here. We gave him the first dibs. Like, let's stay true to it. So I told him, I was like, yo, I got it. We'll sign the contract March 1st. I didn't even have the roommates. Yo, as y'all are seeing from this whole thing, you have to just move in life like you have it. And I think I just work better under pressure. I don't know. So this is like, I told him, I was like, yo, March 1st, we'll sign the contract. I still ain't had the roommates. Yo, it was like 2 days later, February 17th, I found my first roommate. February like 28th or 29th, I found the second roommate. We signed March 1st. It's just a movie. It's just a movie. So just hustle and bustle mode. March 1st was like the true just light. It was just the light, man. March 1st, I signed the apartment lease. That was a whole hassle of its own. Cause trying to transfer money from like my Portuguese bank account. So I had to literally leave class. I was on the phone with the bank for hours. Yeah, I'm just getting tired finishing up the story, yo. You know what I'm saying? So stay with me, man. Stay with me. We almost there. So March 1st, signed the apartment. Yes, so March, signed the apartment, confirmed the email for the job interview. I got an email for the job interview, and I got approved for the NHR that the lawyer had helped me with back in December. I got all that news on March 1st. God is good, bro. Yo, so light at the end of the tunnel. So my residency appointment is now scheduled for March 28th. For those who don't know, I'm Haitian. Shout out to all my Zos. In March 2024, Haiti went into a state of emergency because inmates broke out of jails, teamed up with gangs, gang lords, and just a lot of chaos that happened in Port-au-Prince, Haiti. So right away I received positive news, then boom, I'm now mentally just struggling. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just struggling because my people are literally dying. You know what I'm saying? Back in Haiti. So I'm now just getting ready for the appointment in March 28th. So now 2 weeks left to go for the appointment. I'm speaking with my lawyer. I'm like, yo, we good, right? I got everything. She's like, oh, we went through the list of everything. She's like, do you have the money in the account? I said, oh. I'm like, yo, how did I forget about that? I was so locked in for so long of trying to get a job and also find roommates because me getting all this stuff was also needed for the residency. Like I have to have the one year lease. I have to have the job contract. So I'm every day just locked in. Every day just locked in. I forgot about the money in the damn bank account. You have to have, so remember when I applied back in the 2023, it was like a couple thousand. Now it's 10,000 euros. I was like, damn, I got 2 weeks. I have 2 weeks to come up with 10,000 euros in my Portuguese bank account or I'm not getting no residency. Crazy. I figured it out. Anything you want in life, you're gonna figure it out. With all that, I go to the appointment before the appointment, I'm shook. Now, the reason why is because with all the stuff that you have to have the job. You also have the job. I got the job. I got a new job, remote job, but that was starting in April. But I had the job contract at least. But you have to have 3 months pay stubs from the job, and you have to have the 10,000 euros in your bank account for 3 months. I just got the money in my bank account like 2 days before the appointment. I have no pay stubs from my job. So I'm going to this appointment on faith, right? Because I'm like, damn, anything could happen. They could be like, again, in Portugal, you just don't know what's going to happen until you experience it with that officer, with that person. So I pray. I pray. I head there on faith. I had the big three, like 3 close elders close to me, pray. I show up to the appointment. Yo, the system was shut down. Bro, guys, these are not coincidences. The system was shut down. They pretty much informed everybody. I'm sorry to inform you guys, but the system is shut down for us to do the paperwork. We're going to have to give you an email to reschedule your appointment. I said, put mine in 3 months. Yo, bro. I said, put mine in 3 months, because in 3 months, I'll have the pay stubs by then. I'll have the 3 months money in the bank account by then. Put mine in 3 months. Yo, bro, that's all God, man. Like, this journey has just been, I went to that appointment not knowing what's gonna happen. I got freshed up. I got the suit on, all that. I'd have a separate video of my day there. So we're wrapping it up, guys. I got the email about the job, about the rescheduled appointment being in July 8th, right? July 8th, yeah. So April, I had to go back to the States for a little bit, handle some stuff, came back. So now I'm just waiting because I had my appointment. My visa was expired, but now I have a visa expiration. I have paperwork of my appointment. I fast forward to July 8th, show up. So my appointment got rescheduled to Porto. So originally it was in Lisbon. It got rescheduled to Porto. I go to Porto, go to the appointment, hand everything in. She takes my picture. She hands me the paperwork. And I was like, so I'm approved, right? And she goes, so it looks like you have everything. And I'm like, so I'm approved, right? She goes, so what happens next is we bring all your paperwork to the higher up. So I'm like, so I'm approved, right? So she was like, at first glance, everything seems fine. You have everything. Basically, what I was getting at is by law, she can't tell me, but she pretty much gave me my like visa letter approval. But for me, I was like, yo, until I receive the residence card in the mail, that's when it's official. And then, so that's July 8th. August 1st, I received the card in the mail. Here's the video.
Oh my God. Woo! Is it? Ah! I told you! Oh, I told you! I told you! I told you that. Oh my God, I had a panic attack right now. I told you. I'm really happy for you.
Oh snap!
I'm really happy for you.
Oh my God.
God is good, bro. Like, I give all glory to God, man. I really do, because it's just something that I just stepped out on faith. I didn't know how it was gonna work, when it was gonna work, but it was really just out of my control. And maybe it was just a test the whole time to see, like, you gotta trust me on this. So I don't believe in all these coincidences. If you don't believe in God after all this, after this story, I just don't know what to tell you. You know what I'm saying? Just use my story as an example. Yeah, that's my story, man. My Portugal story. Illegal alien to Portugal resident. 2-year crazy journey. Learned so much on this journey. This is home, man. This is home. I got crazy emotional when I got the card. That's what I fought for. A year later, I'm still dealing with going to these hospital visits. You know what I'm saying? So, man. But yo, listen, hope you enjoyed the video. Shout out to everybody that has just been a help on the way. You guys know who you are. I don't need to say names. Like I said, I've learned so much on this journey, and I'm just thankful, man. And we're gonna end out the video because y'all been watching too long. Listen, y'all already know what to do. It's your boy La Boss, your favorite travel vlogger, showing you life abroad here in Portugal. I'm coming. So y'all know what to do. If you like this video, please hit the like button. It really does help the channel. Comment your thoughts, reactions, what you guys thought was about to happen, wasn't gonna happen. And subscribe to the channel, baby. If you made it this far, I'm really rocking with you. You watching La Boss Show, baby. We out. God bless.